lights and cameras and mirrors.
Oh, hello, it's your boy, looking particularly ghoulish today. I've been freebasing ivermectin for about 2.5 weeks. I look like if the Iron Sheik fucked Ed Kemper, and for that I apologize. You can tell I do this for the love of film because I truly should not be on camera, so sorry. Today comes the long-awaited The Suicide Squad review. I know you guys have been waiting on bated breath for this. I really don't try to be so contrarian with the comic book movies. It just happens to be this coincidence that every time I check in with Marvel, I fall asleep or get really bored. I really do wish I liked them. My life would go so much easier if I liked them as far as, like, you know, water cooler talk. Relating to family members. If I just knew these plot lines, things would be so much easier. The comic book thing is going to go down as the biggest film trend in my lifetime. I accept that. And as a film fan, it's very annoying to be totally apathetic to it. I really did try. Around 2010, I saw this enormous Marvel wave coming, and I wanted to be on board. I got some Jack Kirby trade paperbacks, and I found what I liked, what I didn't like. Captain America punching Hitler, very much a fan of. The Mach 1 Iron Man suit, very much a big fan of that as well. I decided Cap was going to be my boy. He had good villains. The Red Skull is cool. MODOK is very cool looking, very interesting character. And I tried, guys. I really did try, but I watched that deadly trilogy of that first Thor movie, the first Captain America movie, and the first Avengers movie in about a span of 3 years. Well, I don't know. I don't remember. But those were so fucking bad and so fucking boring that I was just done at that point. And as far as DC goes, I mean, I was a boy in the 90s growing up. Of course I watched Batman. Of course I grew up with those movies. They were fine. I'm not going to sit here and say The Dark Knight was not a good movie. Clearly it was a good movie. That's a great performance by Heath Ledger. Do I need to ever see it again? Probably not. It's just this thing where it is these enormous, annoying fan bases. You have the Christopher Nolan nerds, the comic book nerds. They combine, and you get a product that people are not going to shut the fuck up about for the last 10 years, and it's very annoying. As far as, like, current developments, these Marvel TV shows don't stand a chance. I don't know what the fuck WandaVision is. I'm not watching that. Same thing with whatever broody, moody shit that DC is doing. I watched about an hour of the Justice League Snyder cut and fell asleep. I didn't mind Joker. I'm only telling you that because it's, like, on topic. I would never go out of my way to recommend Joker. The first Suicide Squad seemed like something that, you know, all the nurses that are about to get fired for not getting the vaccine would adapt as their personality as they smoke menthols, and they might get a tattoo over it. However, in my quest to review something that has come out in the last 30 years, I decided, let's review The Suicide Squad. Put it on HBO Max, can't wait. Got about 5 minutes into what I assumed would be a hate watch, and I said, guys, I can't do it. I turned it off for another day. I picked it back up a couple days later, and I am willing to admit that I was wrong. I loved this movie. I really loved this movie. The humor is what really initially made me let my guard down. Once I was laughing, I stopped, caring that I had no idea what was going on. And that's another thing, is I really can't have it both ways. I want to gripe about the fact that these Marvel movies and these Batman movies are retreads of origin stories over and over again. How many times does Spider-Man get bit by the fucking spider on film? You can't have it both ways. I can't be complaining about these stale old origin stories, but then when they throw me completely in the deep end with these established characters, I can't complain about both. So I kind of just embraced it, grinned and bared it, and I had a lot of fun. The last thing I was expecting from this film was humor. I just don't expect that from these movies. I have a good friend, and I do not want to besmirch his name, but he gets paid to make people laugh, and he is a funny guy, and he has a great sense of humor. One of the funnier people I've met in my entire life. I remember the exact moment when he was telling me about Deadpool and how funny Deadpool was going to be. Also, I think he put me onto Groot, which is a stump that talks or something. I just don't expect humor out of these movies. So at about the 10-minute mark of The Suicide Squad, I was just elated. The thing about a lot of these early Marvel movies and the Marvel movies I have seen is it's so much setup. Within the first 10 minutes of the Suicide Squad, the guys are using their stuff. You never see the superheroes use their stuff. And when they do, it's kind of, pew pew, whatever. In this movie, when someone dies in the Suicide Squad, they're dead. The action does not let up. There's action throughout the entire film. There's only one maybe 10-minute sequence where I was kind of bored. The rest of the movie, I was completely enjoying myself. The other big element that really won me over was the fact that this movie has a lot of heart. The Marvel movies, you watch those and they can feel like you're literally just watching money change hands. Like it's vacuous. There is no heart. You might get some attaboy, arm around the shoulder of a kid by Iron Man or some stupid quip by Robert Downey Jr., but that's about it. But again, whatever brooding sepia tone bullshit that DC is usually doing doesn't really do it for me either. So I don't expect emotion out of these movies. And without giving anything away, there are about 3 separate CGI characters that they make you care for in this movie. And that's something that does not happen to me.
He's offering you a pretty leaf to show you it means no harm.
Why the fuck would I want to leave?
Okay, so I've judged the Suicide Squad as a comic book film. Let's go ahead and just judge it as a movie. This movie goes. It does not get bogged down in exposition. There is nothing I hate more. My mind goes immediately back to the Thomas Middleditch character in Godzilla King of Monsters, where he's just spouting off, telling you all this shit about Godzilla that you do not care about. Show me the guys, show me the monsters, show me them using their powers, show me this stuff. And the Suicide Squad does. There is exposition. It's very sparse. It doesn't matter. For me, at least, it did not matter. And I appreciated that. It has a lot of action and a lot of varied different types of action. You have close quarter kind of combat, you have gunfights, you have car chases, you have other things that I don't even want to get into and spoil. And this movie just looks great. It uses color well. So many of these superhero movies get stuck in this blue-brown or like sepia tone or just this very generic looking Marvel movie tone. The Suicide Squad uses color wonderfully. The cast was great. We have Stringer Bell, who I will always want to see in something. We have John Cena, who I did not expect to like, and I did. An enormous shark. We have this weird weasel. We have Polka Dot Man, who I goofed on. I goofed on Twitter. I was like, what the fuck is this? And long story short, I've been polka dot pilled. I'm a fan. I'm 35 and I bought that. I just really liked this. It does what a blockbuster is supposed to do. Every part is your favorite part. You have a new favorite character every 5 minutes. Just exciting. It's an exciting movie. I don't remember the last time something caught me off guard like this. I can't wait to see it again. I can't wait to see it in theaters. Go see it.